In the shadowed corridors of ancient texts, few tales are as haunting and provocative as that of the Watchers, a story that has captivated scholars, theologians, and seekers of hidden knowledge for generations. These mysterious beings, often portrayed as fallen angels, descended from the heavens and shattered divine law by bestowing forbidden wisdom upon humankind. Their intervention marked a turning point in our early history, igniting a chain of events that would reshape the destiny of civilization. Drawn from the enigmatic Book of Enoch, this account unveils a perilous dance between celestial beings and mortals, a collision of worlds that forces us to confront deep questions about morality, power, and the cost of enlightenment. The Watchers were sent to observe, not interfere. But their fascination with humanity led to a fateful decision: to share secrets never meant for earthly ears. This rebellion against divine command unlocked advancements and unleashed chaos. As we step deeper into this ancient narrative, we are invited to grapple with the consequences of possessing knowledge beyond our understanding. What happens when enlightenment teeters into hubris? The tale of the Watchers mirrors a recurring theme found in cultures across the world: the irresistible pull of forbidden truth and the shadow it casts. But this story is more than a myth. It's a mirror reflecting our own thirst for knowledge and the ethical boundaries we risk crossing in its pursuit. Are we, too, at risk of unlocking powers that carry unforeseen consequences? Or can we harness wisdom without falling to pride? In unraveling the legacy of the Watchers, we peel back layers of myth and meaning, exploring how their defiance shaped our view of good, evil, and the fragile line in between. This journey isn't merely an exploration of the past. It's a reckoning with the present. So join us as we uncover the truths hidden in the Watcher's tale and ask what their story still has to teach us today about the double-edged sword of knowledge and the thin veil that separates awakening from ruin. In the Book of Enoch, the Watchers are depicted as powerful celestial beings, often described as angels who were assigned the role of observing humanity from the heavens. These entities were entrusted with the responsibility of guiding and protecting mankind, serving as intermediaries between the divine and the earthly realm. However, their identity is complex, as they are not merely passive observers. They possess immense power and knowledge, which ultimately leads to their downfall. Among these Watchers, S.E. Jaza stands out as a prominent leader, a figure who played a pivotal role in the narrative. His descent to Earth marks a significant turning point in the story, as he and his fellow Watchers become increasingly fascinated by human life and its myriad experiences. Initially, their intentions appear noble. They seek to understand humanity better and perhaps even assist in its development. However, this curiosity soon spirals into a dangerous obsession. The Watchers, led by S.E. Jaza, begin to share forbidden knowledge with humans, imparting secrets about various aspects of life, including astrology, warfare, and the arts. This act of defiance against divine decree sets off a chain reaction that alters the fabric of human existence. The consequences of their actions are profound and far-reaching. As humanity gains access to this forbidden knowledge, it leads to a surge in innovation and creativity, but it also brings about chaos and moral decay. The once harmonious relationship between the divine and humanity becomes strained as the Watcher's interference disrupts the natural order. The narrative illustrates the duality of knowledge. While it can empower and enlighten, it can also lead to destruction and suffering. The Watchers, particularly S.E. Jaza, embody this tension, as their initial desire to uplift humanity ultimately results in catastrophic consequences. Their story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of overstepping boundaries and the ethical implications of sharing knowledge that is not meant for mortal understanding. As we explore the identity and role of the Watchers in the Book of Enoch, we are invited to reflect on the complexities of power, responsibility, and the intricate relationship between knowledge and morality. Their legacy continues to resonate, prompting us to consider the implications of our own pursuits of knowledge in the modern world. The teachings imparted by the Watchers to humanity, as detailed in the Book of Enoch, encompass a wide array of skills and knowledge that significantly transformed human civilization. Among the most notable gifts were advancements in metalworking and weapon making. The Watchers introduced techniques for forging metals, enabling humans to create tools and weapons that enhanced their capabilities and survival. This newfound skill not only revolutionized agriculture and craftsmanship, but also led to the development of warfare, fundamentally altering the dynamics of human society. Alongside these practical skills, the Watchers also shared knowledge of enchantments and magic, which captivated the imaginations of those who received it. The allure of such mystical practices promised power and control over the natural world, allowing individuals to manipulate their surroundings in ways previously thought impossible. However, this knowledge came with inherent dangers, as the misuse of magic could lead to chaos and destruction. The teachings on astrology further complicated humanity's relationship with the divine, as they encouraged individuals to seek guidance from celestial bodies rather than relying solely on their faith in God. This shift in focus from divine authority to astrological influence marked a significant departure from traditional beliefs, fostering a sense of autonomy that could easily lead to hubris. The consequences of these teachings were profound, as they altered humanity's relationship with God and creation itself. With the acquisition of such knowledge, humans began to see themselves as co-creators, empowered to shape their destinies and challenge the natural order. This newfound sense of agency, while exhilarating, also bred a disconnect from the divine, as reliance on the Watchers' teachings often supplanted faith in God's wisdom and guidance. The narrative illustrates a pivotal moment in human history, where the pursuit of knowledge and power led to a rift between humanity and the divine. The Watchers, in their desire to enlighten, inadvertently set humanity on a path fraught with moral ambiguity and existential challenges. As we reflect on these teachings, we are reminded of the delicate balance between knowledge and responsibility. The allure of power can be intoxicating, yet it is essential to recognize the potential consequences of straying from the divine path. The legacy of the Watchers serves as a cautionary tale, urging us to consider how our own pursuits of knowledge and power might shape our relationship with the world and the divine. The impact of the Watchers' teachings on human behavior and society was profound, leading to a cascade of corruption, chaos, and destruction that reshaped the very fabric of civilization. As humanity embraced the knowledge imparted by these celestial beings, the initial excitement and empowerment quickly gave way to moral decay. The skills in metalworking and weapon making, while beneficial in some respects, also facilitated violence and conflict. Societies became increasingly militarized as individuals sought power and dominance over one another, leading to wars and bloodshed that marred the landscape of human existence. This descent into chaos was not merely a byproduct of technological advancement. It was a direct consequence of the ethical dilemmas that arose from wielding such knowledge without the guidance of divine wisdom. The teachings of the Watchers fostered a significant shift in humanity's relationship with God. moving from a reliance on divine authority to a dangerous self-reliance and pride. As people began to see themselves as the architects of their own destinies, they increasingly turned away from faith in the moral compass provided by their Creator. This newfound autonomy bred arrogance, as individuals believed they could manipulate the forces of nature and the cosmos without consequence. The biblical references that illustrate this moral decay are numerous and poignant. In Genesis, the narrative of the Nephilim, giants born of the union between the sons of God and the daughters of men, serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of crossing divine boundaries. The text describes how these beings were mighty and renowned, yet their existence was intertwined with violence and corruption. Additionally, the flood narrative serves as a powerful symbol of divine retribution against the wickedness that arose from the Watchers' teachings. God's decision to cleanse the earth of its corruption underscores the severity of humanity's moral decline. The Book of Enoch itself emphasizes the lamentations of the earth which mourns the chaos brought about by the Watchers' influence. As we analyze the impact of their teachings, it becomes clear that the allure of knowledge, when divorced from ethical considerations, can lead to devastating consequences. The legacy of the Watchers serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us of the importance of humility and the need to seek wisdom within the framework of divine guidance. In a world increasingly driven by self-reliance and pride, their story urges us to reflect on the moral implications of our own pursuits and the potential for chaos that lies within unchecked ambition. God's reaction to humanity's descent into chaos, spurred by the forbidden knowledge imparted by the Watchers, is a profound narrative of divine judgment and mercy. As the moral fabric of society unraveled, marked by violence, corruption, and a blatant disregard for divine authority, God determined that a drastic response was necessary to cleanse the earth of its wickedness. This culminated in the decision to bring forth the Great Flood, a cataclysmic event intended to eradicate the pervasive evil that had taken root among humanity. The flood served as a divine reset, a means to purge the world of its corruption and restore a semblance of order. However, this act of judgment was not without its complexities, as it also highlighted the balance between justice and mercy inherent in God's actions. In the midst of this impending judgment, God chose to spare Noah and his family, recognizing their righteousness amidst a sea of moral decay. This decision underscores the theme of mercy, as it allowed for the continuation of humanity through a faithful remnant. The narrative illustrates that, while divine justice was necessary to address the rampant sinfulness, God's mercy provided a pathway for redemption and renewal. Integral to this story are the archangels Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel, each playing significant roles in the unfolding drama of divine intervention. Michael, often depicted as a warrior, stands as a protector of God's people and a champion against evil. Gabriel serves as a messenger, delivering divine revelations and guidance, while Raphael embodies healing and restoration, emphasizing the potential for renewal, even in the face of judgment. Uriel, associated with wisdom and enlightenment, represents the illumination of truth amidst darkness. Together, these archangels illustrate the multifaceted nature of God's response to humanity's plight. Their involvement signifies that divine judgment is not merely punitive, but also serves to guide and protect those who remain faithful. As we reflect on God's reaction to humanity's chaos, it becomes evident that his actions are rooted in a desire for justice, yet tempered by an unwavering commitment to mercy. The Great Flood, while a demonstration of divine wrath, also serves as a reminder of the hope for redemption and the possibility of starting anew. This balance between justice and mercy invites us to consider our own lives, urging us to seek righteousness while recognizing the grace that accompanies divine judgment. In this narrative, we find a powerful testament to the complexities of God's character and his enduring love for humanity, even in the face of profound disobedience. The story of the Watchers offers timeless lessons that resonate profoundly in today's context, particularly regarding the interplay between knowledge and power. In an age where information is readily accessible and technological advancements are at our fingertips, the allure of knowledge can be both empowering and perilous. The tale of the Watchers serves as a cautionary reminder of the consequences that can arise when humanity seeks knowledge without the accompanying wisdom and ethical considerations. As we navigate a world increasingly driven by ambition and the desire for control, it is essential to reflect on the lessons imparted by this ancient narrative. The Watchers, in their quest to enlighten humanity, ultimately led to chaos and moral decay, illustrating that unchecked ambition can lead to devastating outcomes. This serves as a powerful reminder for us to prioritize wisdom and humility over pride and self-serving desires. In our pursuit of knowledge, we must remain grounded, recognizing that true understanding comes not just from acquiring information, but from applying it with integrity and compassion. The story encourages us to cultivate a mindset of humility, acknowledging that we are part of a larger tapestry of existence and that our actions have far-reaching consequences. Furthermore, the narrative underscores the importance of trusting in God rather than seeking forbidden knowledge that may lead us astray. In a world filled with competing ideologies and the temptation to rely solely on our intellect, the Watcher's tale invites us to reflect on the value of faith and divine guidance. Trusting in God provides a moral compass that can help us navigate the complexities of life, ensuring that our pursuits align with a higher purpose. The pursuit of forbidden knowledge often leads to a disconnect from the divine, fostering a sense of isolation and disillusionment. By placing our trust in God, we open ourselves to a deeper understanding of our place in the world and the responsibilities that come with our knowledge. As we reflect on the lessons derived from the story of the Watchers, we are reminded of the delicate balance between knowledge and morality. The narrative urges us to approach our quest for understanding with reverence and responsibility, recognizing that wisdom is not merely about what we know, but how we choose to apply that knowledge in our lives. In embracing humility and faith, we can navigate the complexities of our modern world while honoring the timeless lessons of the past. In summary, the story of the Watchers serves as a profound exploration of forbidden knowledge and its far-reaching consequences. We have delved into the identity and role of the Watchers, powerful celestial beings who descended to Earth with the intention of sharing knowledge that ultimately led to humanity's moral decline. Their teachings, which included skills in metalworking, weapon-making, and the allure of magic and astrology, transformed human society but also introduced chaos and corruption. This narrative highlights the critical themes of knowledge and power, emphasizing that while the pursuit of understanding can be empowering, it must be approached with caution and ethical consideration. We also examined God's reaction to humanity's descent into chaos, culminating in the divine judgment of the Great Flood. This act of cleansing was not only a demonstration of justice, but also a reflection of God's mercy, as he spared Noah and his family, allowing for the continuation of humanity. The involvement of archangels like Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel further illustrated the balance between divine justice and mercy. reminding us that even in judgment, there's an opportunity for redemption and renewal. As we reflect on these key points, it becomes clear that aligning our pursuits with God's will is essential for protection and guidance. The story of the Watchers urges us to seek wisdom and humility rather than succumbing to pride and ambition. In a world filled with distractions and temptations to pursue forbidden knowledge, trusting in God provides a moral compass that can help us navigate life's complexities. We encourage you to engage with this content and reflect on the timeless lessons derived from the Watcher's tale. If you found this discussion insightful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content. Your engagement not only helps us reach a wider audience, but also fosters a community of individuals eager to explore the deeper meanings behind ancient narratives and their relevance in our modern lives. Together, let's continue to seek wisdom, embrace humility, and trust in the divine guidance that leads us toward a more meaningful existence. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we look forward to sharing more enlightening discussions with you in the future.